Hello, hope everybody's doing good today. Just out for a bike ride. Thought I'd stop and set the camera up and fill you in on what this video is about. Okay, I'm sure all of you have seen those videos on the Altoids Tins. They call them survival kits. I don't know what I'm going to call mine. I think I'm just going to call it a helper kit. You'll see why when I get home and show you what I carry in mine. I don't think it's the perfect thing for a survival kit. For one, you really can't carry that much in it. For two, the stuff that you carry in it, well, I can't seem to get that snap closed now. The reason I call it a helper tin is because I've done a video of my EDC. In fact, at the end of this video, I'll put a link to it up here. And I just feel that it's not really feasible. I mean, sure, you could use it to help you survive, but I wouldn't call it a survival tin. I call it a helper tin. It's to go along with my everyday carry stuff, and it kind of works in together to offset some of the stuff that I don't have in my everyday carry, and it also gives me that double factor. There's a few things that I carry in my everyday stuff, plus this. I don't always carry this tin. I brought it along today to show you. Most of my travels and stuff, I'm only 4 or 5 miles from the house unless I go into town, and when I do that, I'm with my son and daughter-in-law, and I really don't need a survival tin. It's 10 miles from my house. So anyway, we'll get into it as soon as we get back to the house, so stay tuned. Okay, well, I made it home. It was awful humid out there. I had to change my clothes, wash up, and anyway, the reason I call this a helper tin is, to me, a survival kit would have to be something a little bigger, about this size, which I'll get into in another video. But this one is a helper tin. Like I said, I'll be linking either up here or up here to my everyday carry. So this just helps to go along with my everyday carry. As a lot of you know, I ride bicycle everywhere. I don't drive. So the main thing I have in here is a few band-aids and stuff. We'll go over it. But anyway, the first thing's a rubber band. It can be for two different things. If you ride a bicycle and you know what it's like to ride in the wind and there's not a chain guard, sometimes your pant leg will like to try to get in there, so that'll help with that. Plus, you can cut this up in about 4 different pieces and use it for a fire starter. Rubber burns hot, and it'll pretty much burn almost anything that it's on top of. So anyway, and then in the tin, I've got a couple of alcohol swabs, good for helping clean out wounds and stuff, or lighting a fire. Let's see, I got 3 regular band-aids. I've got 3 butterfly band-aids. Couple of triple antibiotics. Little piece of jute twine, also good for starting a fire. Inside this straw is a cotton swab with Vaseline on it. I rolled it up and stuffed it in there, and that's good for starting a fire. I've got I think they call these P58s. The small ones are called P38s, and the larger one's the one I happen to have, so I stuck it in there. Plus, I got a P38 on my keychain, which is always with me. Okay, got a lighter. Plus, I always carry another lighter. I am a smoker, so I carry a regular Bic lighter. Plus, I got one of those permanent matches on my keyring. Okay, little sewing kit. This one happens to have one of the threaders, you know, that you stick through the needle to help you get the thread through it. My eyesight's not all that great anymore, so that comes in handy. It's got a couple of buttons, a small safety pin, 2 needles, a straight pin, a couple of buttons, and some thread. Got 4 Benadryl in a straw, sealed up. 4 ibuprofen. 4 aspirin. A couple of bread wrapper ties. A couple of zip ties. A larger safety pin. A tea light or a tea candle, whichever you want to call it. Another large safety pin. And this here's it's got a ruler on one side in metric, and on the other side a little ruler in standard, or in American, whatever they call it, I don't know. It's got a small hacksaw blade, and a rather large razor blade. And you know I always carry a pocket knife, and a lot of times my neck knife. Got a few matches. And if I can get them out of here, in the bottom, I've got a couple of knuckle band-aids. Like I said, I'm always out on my bike. If I take a dump, I want to cover it up. Get some of that triple antibiotic on it quick. Cover it up. Keep from getting an infection. Anyway, that's what I've got in my little helper tin. Like I said, this other one I'll go over in another video. It's not completely put together yet. Some of the extra things that'll be in it will be some more bandages, some aluminum foil, and a couple other goodies I'll show you when we get ready to do that video. Like I said, this is my helper tin that I carry. I'm only usually about 5 miles from the house at the most, 6. And so, but everybody's tin will be different. You have to assess the area you're going into, what you're going to be doing, and so your tin should always be evolving depending on where you're going and how long you plan on being gone. If you're going backpacking, you probably got a lot of stuff in your backpack. You probably have another first aid kit, so you necessarily wouldn't have to have band-aids and stuff in this little kit. Now it would probably be a lot easier to get into. I've got a little pouch that this fits in. It would be a little easier to get into to get a band-aid out than having to dig through your pack to get your first aid kit. Anyway, that's what I carry in mine. Please, in the comments down below, if I forgot something or if you thought of something that I should have in this little tin, or if you have a Altoids, please let me know what you carry in yours, or in a little survival tin, as they call them. Anyway, I will put a link up one side or the other here to my everyday carry so you can see what goes along with this. Oh, and most people carry a little flashlight in here. Well, I usually carry one in my pocket, and my bicycle, the headlight is a flashlight that can be taken off and used. So I've got 2 flashlights there. Anyway, have a good day. Keep preparing.